Have you ever felt like you were talking to a brick wall? But not just any wall, one that not only refuses to hear you but also demands your agreement and submission. That's the reality of dealing with a narcissist. Someone who turns every moment into a stage where they are the sole star, while you're merely the unwilling audience. I've been there, and I know the helplessness of trying to make them understand, of seeking just a shred of empathy, only to be met with indifference, or worse, attack. But today, I'm here to change the game for you. I won't promise you a magic wand that can turn them into a decent person, because, honestly, that's harder than stopping a hurricane with a wave of your hand. Even top psychologists with shelves of books and TV appearances can't change a narcissist's nature. So, what's our goal? It's to help you stand firm in the storm without being swept away. It's to protect your peace of mind, the very thing they try to steal. It's to shield your heart from the invisible wounds they leave behind, and most importantly, it's to help you regain control, not by fighting them, but by mastering your own life. This is a silent battle, and I'm about to arm you with the sharpest weapons. I've been trapped in that cycle before. Once, I tried to share with an old friend that I had just overcome a tough phase at work. I was hoping for a pat on the back, some words of encouragement. Instead, they cut me off and said, "Oh, I've been through worse. You don't even know how lucky you are." I walked away feeling like I'd been punched in the chest. But through moments like that, I learned not to let them define my worth. I discovered practical, simple, yet powerful tools to deal with them without losing myself. And today, I'm sharing them with you. We'll start with easy, no-brainer steps, things you can apply right away, and then move on to deeper strategies that require practice, but will transform how you see everything. I'll include examples, visuals, and even a touch of humor to keep you engaged throughout this journey. You are not alone, and you are stronger than you think. Let's begin. Secret 1. Keep it small talk. The first secret is a simple yet razor-sharp shield. Only engage in small talk. Imagine you're at the checkout counter in a supermarket, chatting with the cashier about things no one really cares too much about. "The weather's nice today." Or, "Did you catch the game last night? It was amazing." That's exactly how you should interact with a narcissist. Keep everything light, neutral, like a passing breeze on a porch. Nothing deep, nothing personal, just throwaway comments that even a stranger could nod along to. This is the first step in protecting yourself, and it's as easy as flipping a light switch. Why is this so important? Because a narcissist is not someone you can open up to. They're not wired to share in your joy or sorrow. They only know how to turn everything into their own personal stage. If you say, "I finally got a raise after years of hard work," don't expect applause. They'll just shrug and say, "Oh, I made twice that much when I was younger." Or worse, they'll yawn and start scrolling through their phone right in front of you. If you share, "I just lost my dog of 10 years, don't expect a comforting hug. They might reply, "Everyone goes through that. Don't be so dramatic." I once told an old friend that my son had won a basketball championship at school. I thought it was a proud moment worth sharing, but all they said was, "Yeah, that league is probably not that competitive anyway." I stood there, feeling like I had just been doused with a bucket of ice water. My small joy snatched away in an instant. After that, I changed my approach. The next time I saw them at a family gathering, instead of sharing anything meaningful, I simply said, "All this rain lately reminds me of autumn in Ohio. Those golden leaves were beautiful." They nodded. "Yeah, it's been raining more than usual this year," and the conversation ended in 30 seconds. No drama, no disappointment, no harm done. That's when I realized narcissists don't deserve the precious pieces of your life. They don't appreciate them, and worse, they'll use them to put you down. Your good news, like getting promoted, buying a new home, should be shared with real friends, the ones who will raise a beer and shout, "That's amazing, I'm so proud of you." Your bad news, like losing a job, family troubles, should be shared with loved ones who will sit down, hold your hand, and help you through it. And narcissists? Keep them at a distance, like an acquaintance you pass by at a gas station, nothing more, nothing less. This trick doesn't just save you from invisible wounds, it protects your most precious moments from being tainted. It doesn't require you to change who you are or fight them. It just requires a change of topic, like switching the radio station when a bad song comes on. You can start today. Next time you see them, try talking about the weather, a trending movie, or rising gas prices. You'll notice how much lighter everything feels, like you just lifted a weight off your shoulders. This is the first step to taking back control, not by fighting, but by stepping aside. Secret 2. Let them hold the mic. The second secret is a smart move that requires zero effort. Let them hold the mic, or, in other words, let them have the last word. At first you might think, what? I'm just supposed to back down. But look at it this way. This isn't losing, it's your silent victory. Picture yourself at a dinner party where they insist on telling their story, their voice growing louder as if the whole world needs to hear them. You don't interrupt, you don't argue, you just nod, take a sip of coffee, and casually get up to grab more bread. They think they're the center of attention, but you're the one walking away with peace of mind, unbothered. I once got dragged into a pointless argument with a neighbor over who should mow the grass along our shared property line. I said, I think we should split the cost, and they snapped back, no, you should do it all because the grass is growing from your side. I tried to explain that nature doesn't exactly follow property laws, but they kept insisting, their voice growing more intense. The argument went on for 45 exhausting minutes, and I walked away with a headache, wondering why I even bothered. The next time they brought it up, I simply said, you make a good point. Then I went quiet. They kept ranting for another 15 minutes about civic responsibilities while I went to water my plants. They got the last word, but I got my peace, and an entire afternoon that wasn't ruined. Narcissists live for attention. The last word is their gold medal, the prize they crave in their imaginary competition. When you give it to them, you're not just escaping a useless battle, you're protecting your energy for things that actually matter, like watching your favorite show, reading a good book, or simply enjoying a quiet sunset. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's the wisdom of knowing which battles are worth fighting. You don't need to prove yourself right to them, because to a narcissist, right and wrong don't matter. The only thing that matters to them is being heard. I once tried this strategy with a coworker who insisted my idea in a meeting was completely unworkable. Instead of debating, I just said, thanks for your input, and let them finish their speech, and then I quietly went ahead with my plan. It worked. They never apologized, but I didn't need them to. I won in my own way. Next time someone, whether it's your boss, your partner, or a sibling, starts a long-winded speech, let them talk. Nod, smile, and walk away. You don't need to be the one to put a period on the conversation, you just need to be the one who decides when to exit the stage. You'll be shocked at how much time and emotional energy this trick saves you. Try it. You'll feel stronger when you're no longer pulled into their meaningless game. Secret 3. Keep the receipt in your pocket. The third secret is a self-protection principle as strong as steel. Keep the receipt in your pocket. In other words, keep proof for yourself. You know that feeling when they say, I never said that, or you're remembering it wrong, even though you have the text, email, or a handwritten note sitting right in front of you. Your instinct screams, look at this. Here's the truth. But stop for a second. Think of that proof like a receipt you keep in your desk drawer. It's there to remind you that you're not crazy, that you didn't imagine things. Handing it over to a narcissist? They won't thank you for it. They'll turn you into the fool for keeping it. I've been in this situation with an old close friend. We made dinner plans for 6 p.m. They texted, I'll be there on time. But at 7 p.m. they were still a no-show. When I called, they said, I never confirmed that. Furious, I found the message and sent it to them. Look, you clearly said it. Guess what they replied? Why are you making such a big deal? I was busy. Can't you understand? Not only did I waste my time waiting, but I also felt stupid for even trying to prove my point. After that, I changed my approach. The next time they denied something they had promised, I simply looked at the message on my phone, told myself, yep, I was right, and didn't send it. I moved on without arguing, keeping my sanity intact. Narcissists don't care about the truth. They live in a world where reality is whatever they want it to be, not what actually happened. Showing them proof isn't just useless, it's dangerous. They'll use it against you, calling you petty, paranoid, or always digging up the past. I've seen this happen at work. A co-worker insisted I missed a deadline, even though I had an email from my boss confirming the date. I almost forwarded it to them, but I stopped. Instead, I kept it and sent it straight to my boss to clarify it without saying a word to them. The result? My work was recognized, and they didn't get a chance to twist the situation. This strategy helps you stand your ground without needing their validation, because the truth exists, whether they admit it or not. Try this the next time you feel the urge to prove something. Take a deep breath, open your phone or notebook, look at the proof, and tell yourself, I know the truth. Don't show it. Keep it as a quiet fire keeping you warm in their cold wind. This is true power. Knowing you're right without needing their agreement, you'll feel lighter, more confident, and free from their manipulation game. Secret 4. Play the listener. The fourth secret is a powerful art of staying calm that's worth mastering. Play the listener. Imagine you're sitting in a cafe with an old acquaintance. They go on and on about everything from work to their neighbors, while you simply nod, say, I see, and avoid jumping in to argue or explain. With a narcissist, this is gold. It allows you to stay in the conversation without being sucked into their emotional tornado. You don't need to be cold as ice or silent as a statue. Just listen, respond briefly, and let them talk themselves out. This is how you hold your ground without ever drawing your sword. I once used this trick at a tense family gathering. An aunt started complaining about everything, from how my cookies weren't crispy enough to how I didn't call her often enough. Instead of defending myself with, I did my best, or firing back with, well, you never call me either, I just nodded, said, I see your point, and when she directly asked, why don't you do it this way, I simply replied, I'll think about it. She went on for 15 minutes. I smiled, got up to refill my drink, and the evening ended without any shouting, without any drama. I didn't get dragged in, and she didn't get the chance to paint me as the bad guy. At first, this wasn't easy. I had to fight the urge to correct her, but the results were shockingly effective. Why is this strategy so powerful? Because narcissists feed on reactions. They want you to argue, get angry, defend yourself so they can twist the situation and pull you into their game. But when you just listen, they have nothing to grab onto, no fuel to keep their fire going. I once used this on an old boss. He criticized my report in a meeting, calling it all over the place, even though I knew it was solid work. Instead of pushing back, I simply said, thanks for your feedback, I'll take another look, and went quiet. He made a few more remarks, then moved on to someone else. Later I submitted the exact same report with minor tweaks, and it got praised. He never got the chance to pull me into a battle. I won without even fighting. This strategy doesn't just save you stress. It gives you the power of calmness. You're not agreeing, you're not resisting, you're simply a mirror reflecting their words back at them. And when they realize they can't provoke you, they lose interest. Try this the next time someone, whether it's a co-worker, a family member, or a friend, starts their long-winded speech. Just sit back, listen, nod a few times, and respond with short phrases like, I understand. You'll be surprised how easy it is, and you'll walk away feeling like the one who was in control all along. Secret 5. Always have a backup plan. The fifth secret is a real-life shield you can't live without. Always have a backup plan. When dealing with a narcissist, you need to prepare like you're taking a long journey through the desert. Bring water, fuel, and a spare tire, even if the sky looks clear. They promise to fix your garage door but never show up? You already have a repairman's number saved. They forget to bring the soup for the company potluck. You have a tray of frozen casserole ready to go. This is how you stay in control, no matter how many times they break their promises. And trust me, they will break their promises a lot. I learned this lesson the hard way. I once hosted a Christmas dinner at my house. A close friend promised to bring the roast turkey. Don't worry, I make the best one. I trusted them and didn't prepare anything else. When dinner time came, they showed up with a bag of potato chips and said, "I didn't have time. Why didn't you remind me?" I stood there staring at my hungry guests, scrambling to buy a last-minute rotisserie chicken from the supermarket. My entire evening was ruined because I placed my trust in the wrong hands. Next time, I got smarter. When I threw a birthday party for my husband, another friend promised to bring the cake, but I didn't wait. I bought a box of donuts and kept them in the kitchen just in case. They showed up empty-handed, saying, "Oops, I forgot." But I simply smiled, placed the donuts on the table, and the party went on. No stress, no fights. I had already won. Narcissists are unreliable, not because they're evil, but because they only care about themselves. If something isn't important to them, it won't get done. I once asked a family member to pick me up after work because my car broke down. They agreed, but never showed up, leaving me standing in the cold for 2 hours. After that, I learned my lesson. Always have a plan B. This secret is about ensuring that you're never caught off guard, never dependent on their empty promises. Think about all the times they've let you down, whether it was something small, like forgetting to buy milk, or something major, like abandoning you when you needed them most. Next time, prepare ahead. Have a backup friend who can help, a delivery app on your phone, or an alternative solution in mind. This strategy doesn't just protect you from disappointment, it reminds you that you don't need them to succeed. You are in control. They might forget, but you'll never be caught off guard again. Start small. Next time they promise something, ask yourself, if they don't do it, what's my plan? And be ready. You'll feel stronger, more confident, and no longer weighed down by their unreliability. Secret 6. Keep everything at the surface. The sixth secret is a survival skill you need to engrave in your mind. Keep everything at the surface. Imagine you're walking through a shallow stream. The water barely touches your ankles, and you don't dive into the deep whirlpool with them. When a narcissist starts twisting your words, blaming you or dragging you into drama, don't defend, don't explain, and don't take it personally. A simple "I see" or "you might have a point" is enough to step past the situation and avoid sinking into their emotional quicksand. This is how you protect your mind from being pulled into their storm. I once got tangled in a never-ending argument with a co-worker. They insisted I messed up a group project, even though I knew I had done my part correctly. They said, "You always mess things up." I shot back, "No, I sent an email confirming everything with the team." They dismissed it. That email proves nothing. I kept pushing, but this was the original plan. The debate dragged on for an hour. I walked away with a pounding headache, questioning if I had somehow done something wrong. Next time, when they tried to blame me again, I changed my approach. I simply said, "Thanks for your feedback," and turned back to my work. They had nothing to hold on to, no way to pull me down, and I walked away in peace. Narcissists want you to dive in with them. They want you to fight, to feel hurt so they can feel powerful. When you defend yourself, you give them a weapon. When you explain yourself, you give them an opening to attack. When you take it personally, you throw yourself into unnecessary suffering. I went through this with a family member once. They accused me of not caring about the family because I missed a gathering, even though I had already told them I had a parent-teacher meeting for my child. I tried to explain I wasn't trying to miss it on purpose, but they cut me off. "You always have excuses." The more I explained, the more they attacked. I ended the day feeling guilty for no reason. After that, I learned my lesson. The next time they complained, I simply said, "I hear you," and left it at that. They stopped, and I moved on. This tactic isn't easy at first. You'll feel the urge to fight back, to correct them, to make them understand, but resist it. Keeping everything at the surface is how you protect your energy, self-worth, and time. Practice short, neutral responses. "I see. Thanks for your input." "I hear you." Watch how they react. They'll lose interest quickly because there's nothing for them to latch onto. Every time you step away without being pulled in, you'll feel stronger and more confident. This is the power of silent control. You don't need to fight to win. Secret 7. Build your inner armor. The final secret is the greatest challenge, but also the most valuable gift you can give yourself. Building your inner armor. Think of it as a waterproof coat in a storm. Their words may pour down like heavy rain. Their actions may try to cut you like icy winds, but you don't let it soak in. This isn't something you achieve overnight. It's a long journey of protecting your heart and soul from the wounds a narcissist can inflict without hesitation. But trust me, it's worth every second you invest. I once let a so-called friend's words completely break me. They said, "You'll never accomplish anything big," right after I had just finished an advanced course I had worked so hard for. I believed them. I sat in my room for hours, wondering if I really was useless, if I really wasn't good enough. Their words felt like a dagger to my heart, and I let it stay there, hurting me. But then I realized, their words didn't define me. They reflected them, their insecurities, their need to control. I started changing every time they criticized me. I took a deep breath and thought about the things I was proud of, the job I loved, the times I had helped my friends, the way my child looked at me with trust in their eyes. Over time, I built that armor. Now, when they say, "Your cooking is terrible," I simply smile and think, "My husband loves this dish and that's enough." Their words fall, but I don't get wet. How do you start? Start small. Each day remind yourself, my worth is not defined by them. Write down a list, the things you love about yourself, the achievements you've made, no matter how small. I keep a small piece of paper in my wallet that says, "I am a good mother, I work hard, I am enough." When they attack you, pull it out and read it silently, like a protective charm. Imagine their words as rain. It falls, but you stand strong beneath your armor. I used this at a family gathering once. Someone told me, "You only care about yourself," even though I had just spent a week helping my cousin. Instead of arguing, I thought, I know what I've done, and let their words drift past me. They couldn't reach me anymore. This strategy takes time and patience. You will stumble, you will feel hurt sometimes, but don't give up. Every time you stand firm, your armor grows thicker. This isn't just about surviving, it's about truly living free, unchained from people who will never understand you. You deserve a heart that is unbroken, a soul that is unshaken, and this secret is the key to reclaiming it. We've come a long way together. 7 secrets, 7 sharp tools to help you not just survive but take control when dealing with a narcissist. From keep it small talk to keep your days light as an autumn breeze, to build your inner armor to protect your heart like an unbreakable fortress, these aren't magic bullets to change them. No, we both know that's impossible. Narcissists are like storms. You can't stop them from blowing, but you can stand firm in the eye of the storm without being swept away. These secrets are your toolbox, your raincoat, your map to navigate the rough roads they leave behind. And now you hold them in your hands. You are ready. Take a moment to reflect. You've learned how to protect your precious moments, to keep them from turning your joy into ashes or your sorrow into a burden. You've learned how to walk away from pointless arguments, letting them hold the mic while you hold on to your peace. You've learned how to protect your sanity with silent proof, without needing their validation to know you're right. You've learned how to listen without getting sucked in, prepare backup plans so you're never left stranded, keep things at the surface so you don't sink, and build your inner armor so no one can wound you again. These aren't just tricks. They are the path to reclaiming control over your life. One step at a time, one day at a time. I know this journey isn't easy. There will be days when you're exhausted, moments when you want to scream, "Why do I have to do all this just to deal with them?" I understand. I've been there. I've sat in my car, gripping the steering wheel, wondering why I had to always have a plan B, why I had to always hold back when they never did. But then I realized I wasn't doing this for them. I was doing it for me, for my family, for the people I love, for the moments I want to enjoy without them stealing my peace. And so are you. You deserve a life that is not defined by them, not controlled by them. You deserve quiet evenings with a cup of tea, joyful weekends with your kids, work days that leave you feeling proud of yourself. These secrets are the path to that life. If what I've shared today resonates with you, even just a flicker of light on a foggy day, subscribe so we can keep walking this path together. I'll bring more real-world advice, more true stories, so you never feel alone in this silent battle. And always remember, you don't have to do this alone. I'm here, and thousands of others are walking this road with you. Thank you for spending your precious time with me today. You showed up, you listened, you learned, and that alone proves you are stronger than you think. You are not just a survivor, you are a winner on your own terms. So next time a narcissist tries to pull you down, remember this: you hold these tools in your hands, you carry this strength inside you, and you decide how your story ends. They may be the storm, but you are the mountain, unshakable, immovable, unstoppable. See you next time and stay strong. You've got this and I believe in you.